Hello, faves. How are you all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you love this dress. Now, this is the sewing of this tutorial. I already posted the cutting of the tutorial, and if you've been following me, you would have seen where I drafted everything. So now I am just going to cut them out and sew. Now, this is a video that is self-explanatory. This is something you can understand even while watching the video without me explaining. But I'm just going to do some little explaining, some little touching, so that you would get a clearer view of what you are seeing on the screen. Now, looking at this, you could tell that I have drafted the pattern already, which I uploaded earlier on my former video. So yeah, I'll just place the pattern as usual on my fabric, then I'm going to trace out. When I was cutting the pattern, I left about half inch on it, but still cutting on the material. I'm still going to leave about half inch, so when I am sewing, I'll have about 1 inch allowance. Now the other half inch will be for extra allowance, why the other one I'll be whipping it out because I love neat finishing. So this is how I'm just going to place all my pattern on the main fabric, and I am going to cut them out. Drafting the back pattern, I came up by 1 inch. Now cutting it on the Ankara fabric, I am also going to go up by 1 inch. Now basically, I said it in the drafting of the tutorial that you should either come up by 2 inches or 3. So I'm just going to come up by 2 inch by 1 inch over here, so that's making it 2 just for the back side to go up. And now this is because of your bum side. You do not want your shorts to be dropping from your bum, so you want it to balance well, and that's why you need to come up a bit. I would also like to use this medium to thank my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for returning. Thank you so much for supporting my small channel. And if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe, like this video, and drop your comment in the comment box. So let's move back to the cutting of this tutorial. It's time to cut the pockets of the short. Now this is something I'm just going to use my eyes to gauge, but for those of you that like working with your taper all the time, you could just do 9 by 8 is fine, or 10 by 8. That should be fine. Yeah, so after that, I will just cut it out. Then be when drafting the pattern, I already measured the darts of the trouser. You can use your nipple to get that. I already said that earlier. So I already came out already by 4.5. So that's what I am going to trace, which I am using my scissors to notch out. Then I came down by 6 inches. So I am doing 4 by 6 inches. So I'll just use my 4.5 by 6 inches. I'll just use my tape rule to trace that, then notch it out, and then place the fabric on it just like this. Yeah, after placing the fabric on it, I'm going to use my hot iron to press it so that it can lay well before taking it to the machine to sew it down. Even without or before sewing it down, you could see that the pocket is ready. It's already forming its shape. So now, as you can see this place, this side that I iron, this is where I'm going to sew down so that it can attach to the material. I am not going to cut out the excess parts of the pocket. Now this is because you might likely not want the pocket anymore, or use the pocket for another side of allowance later. So I always like leaving that side. So I'm just going to notch that side so that the pockets can lay where. Then I'll flip it over to the wrong side. Now right side of the pocket are going to be facing each other, while the wrong side is outside, just like this. Then I'm just going to sew it down. So after sewing it, I would now turn it. I will turn it inside. Then that's the wrong side is going to be inside, while the right side will be out. I'm going to show you the finished look after this sewing, so that you can see how neat and how fine the pockets would be looking. Now that I have finished sewing the pocket, I am just going to turn it over to the right side, and I am just going to use my scissors to notch that side before turning in, as you can see. And voila, this is the finished look of how the pocket is looking. It is looking so neat, and this is how your pocket for your shorts, trouser, or whatever should be looking. There are other ways of making pockets in a trouser, but this is one of the best way to make one pocket. So I sew that side, I am going to turn the pocket like this, just like this. As you can see, I'm going to turn it, fold it this way. Then I am going to place it on my sewing machine and sew it straight down, just like you can see. This is the finished look of my pocket. This is how it is looking like. I'm just going to use my hand to lay it properly, so that it lays with the short itself, the Ankara material itself. So I'm just going to sew it down, so that it will be easy for me to attach my band or whatever I need to attach on top of it. It doesn't overlap. I'm just going to use my free hand to dress it well, then sew both sides down, just like this. And this is all for the front side of my knicker short. I hope you understand the process of how I am doing it, and that is why I am showing every video in detail. So even if you do not understand the explanation, I am sure you would understand it by just looking at the video. I am going to place my pattern paper on top of the front side of the Ankara. Then I am just going to trace out that waist side from the hip to the waist, so that it brings out the cuff. Remember, when I was cutting my pocket, I just cut it straight down, so that I do not make any mistake. So after joining the pocket, you can now place your pattern on top, or however you want to do it, and then give that slant curve, so that your short can balance well on your body. So after that, join the front side and the back side together, one side of the front and one side of the back side together, and sew it down. Do side for both legs, both sizes of the shorts. Okay, guys, I will briefly explain this stuff before we proceed to the next stuff of this short. So now, as you can see in this video, I firstly, I after cutting it out with the pattern, as I cut out the pockets, then attach it to this place. I showed you guys how to do it. Then attach it, bend it to this side, measured from here to here, about 6 to 7 inches. Let me say 7 inches, yes. Then I flipped it to the back, sewed it inside all round, just to make it neat. As the front on the back, and join it together. So after I've joined it, I'll take it to the machine, then bring this one to this side. Then I'll just measure a flap, measure the flap, then sew. The trousers, you can see it is looking all perfect. Yes, it is looking all perfect. I said that with my full chest. Look at the pockets, well knit. Look at the allowance. The allowance did there. The back side is higher than the all by 2 inches. That's perfect. The front, everything is okay. So I'm just going to go ahead to add my zip. Now I am adding the zip in a different method. I just wanted to try this out and see how the outlook would look like, which I ended up liking it. So I'm just gonna go ahead to add my zip.
I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how. Take it out, take it out. I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how. Take it out, take it out.
Time to cut the band. So for the band, I'm going to be using 2.5 inches, half inch for my folding and sewing allowance. Then the remaining 2 inches is going to be for the band. So that is what I am going to be making use of for the cutting of the band. So I'm just going to place this on my Ankara, the first one that I cut out. I placed it on my Ankara, then I'm just going to use it to cut the rest and make sure that the length is more than that of the waist I am sewing for. The waist is 38, but I am going to cut about 42 or 45, and I'll just make it SS for no reason because I'll still end up cutting the SS's out, but I still want it to be much just in case of anything. I could easily make any adjustments. So after cutting this out, I am going to use my art stay and place on just one side. I'm going to fold the material into two. I'm going to do right side facing each other and then place my paper stay on the wrong side. And then after placing my paper stay on the wrong side, I'm just going to iron it down until it stick to the Ankara. Make sure that it stick to the Ankara. After that, so the place that there is paper stay, that's where I'm going to be sewing in. Why the place that there is no paper stay, that's where I'm going to fold in. That's where I'm going to sew in on top of the what's it called, on top of the short. Short is done simple and easy. The band is looking neat, which is what I actually want. So this is all for the sewing of the knicker. I would just place the band well, look at it properly, then I'll use hook and eye to put on that band side to be able to hook it well. Now moving on to the blouse of the shorts, because it is up and down. So for the sleeve, the length of the sleeve, I think it is 6, which I have measured. Then I've also gone ahead to hem it. I folded it inside, so I'm just going to join the sleeve together before attaching it in the dress.
I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how. Take it out, take it out. I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how. Take it out, take it out. Tell you want me. Tell you want me. Tell you want me. Tell you. I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how.
From the midpoint, that is where I am going to start my measurement from. I am going to start from the middle point, because if you know, this top is going to be split into 4 places: the side, the front, and the back. So from the midpoint at the front and also the midpoint at the back, that's where I'm going to start measuring, and I'm going to divide it by 4 to get my accurate measurement. And then when I am sewing, I am going to stop sewing at the waistline because of the slits that comes with the dress. So I am going to stop at the waistline. If you look closely, you will see that that is where I stop.
Tell you. I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how. Take it out, take it out. I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how. Take it out, take it out. I can tell you want me. Turn it up, turn it up. I can show you how.
because it is a splitted shirt, for that reason I left about 10 inches downwards, meaning that I sewed from the upper side to about 16 inches. I stopped at the waistline for each side, for the front, the two sides, and the back. I stopped at the waistline, and this is because of the split it's going to be having. So after that, I went ahead to hem the dress. Then I added my zip, and I also weave the dress. So now I'm just going to use my hemming gum to place on every side of the dress, just to make it lay perfectly. Just make it lay perfectly and to bring out that neat finishing look.
Take it out. I can tell you one.
So guys, this is like basically the major things that I did when sewing this dress, and I believe that you could um do the rest by yourself. The ones that you were expecting to see could be the simplest ones, but this is like the major basic things to do when sewing this dress. There's different ways of making the neck, but this is how I constructed this neck. The neck is kind of too low, but it's still manageable a bit. Now guys, this is basically all, and this is where my video would come to an end, and I'm going to show you the finished look in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and also drop your comment. It will really help my channel. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye bye.